I'm now working in this document called hyperlinked images. So we've got these single images which are each hyperlinked to the corresponding slide in this show. So if we go to slideshow, you can see that if I click this Rinky button, we go to a Rinky slide. And for example, I can click on T-row, go to T-row, etc., etc. Now there's clearly something missing because we have the links we need to get to the slides, but we need something to get back to this home page. And I strongly recommend putting a home link on as many of your slides as you can. In fact, unless you specifically want to direct people somewhere else, it's a good idea to have one on every single slide because it just gives teachers so much more flexibility in the way that they're going to go about the PowerPoint. So all that you need to do is to click on one of these slides, and you can use anything at all. You can do a text box, you can create a shape, you can use some clip art or a picture that you've uploaded, anything you want to. I'm just going to use a text box, and I'm going to drag out here and just type home. I'm going to select that text and give it our Android Nation font, and I'll change the color to white. So I like the way that that's looking. It's nice and small. Notice that the link area is going to be this whole text box. So if I was to have small text but drag this box out really far, this whole thing would actually be the home link. So it's probably a good idea to just make this a little bit smaller. Another tip I want to give you, if I was to leave this link in the very bottom left corner of the screen, I can then go insert hyperlink and I link to slide 1. You could also link to first slide if this happened to be the first slide, but often it won't, so then you can just find it in the list. And click OK. This option of the bottom left corner has one small pitfall, which is that if you now click slideshow, there are some other controls that are behind here, and sometimes you never quite know which one you're going to get. So we've got one control that says back, and we've also got this home link. So I want to go home, but what's going to happen if I click here? Well, we haven't quite made it because it recognized the arrow instead of our link. So just a small word of advice, avoid putting hyperlinks in the bottom left-hand corner of an image. I'm going to put it right across to the right. So now let's have a look at how that works. Roll over, and it takes us home, absolutely no problem. Now what's really great is that you can just copy and paste this onto as many slides as you want, and it's always going to go back to the same exact slide. So I'm just going to hit Control-C on my keyboard to copy that. The other great thing, as you'll see, when I hit Control-V, it always pastes in exactly the same size, so same location. So you don't need to worry about moving it. And now you can really just burn through, and you can get this done on tons and tons of slides in double quick time. So you can now click on this first slide, and let's see our slideshow. We can go to Rinky, and then we can go home, Chikimo, home, etc., etc., etc. So we have now succeeded in creating the structure for a perfectly flexible PowerPoint. And of course, when you actually make a class, under each one of these characters you could have a whole set of new slides for different games, and each one of these could be a kind of a different section. But this is the basic idea of how to structure an overall PowerPoint if you want to be able to give teachers a number of different options as to what they want to do.